Have you ever heard of somebody who abducts little boys?
Room below's got some horrible smells.
We don't want to go in there.
What are you doing?
Complimentary room service. There is that.
Hello and welcome to another Dollar Store Drive-In. I'm your host, Laura.
I'm Joel.
And we're the Newly Dads. If this is your first time watching, welcome. This is a half-hour chat show where Mr. Newly Dad and I talk about a movie that we've watched. If this is not your first time watching, welcome back. We appreciate you joining us every week. If it is every week or every so often, we really appreciate anybody that's watching us, really. So thank you for joining in again. If you're listening to this is also a podcast. So you can actually listen to this if you're watching us. And if you're listening to us, you can watch us. And the way that you can find us is if you go to our website, which is thenewlydads.com. There you can find all the information about our show, where you can find it. There's several different places that you can watch us online, including YouTube. And you can watch some of our rewind episodes, which are called Dollar Store Drive-In Classics. I got it. And Mr. Newly Dad uploads those every week.
Every Friday.
Yeah. See, look at me. I'm learning.
Yeah.
He also does a lot of unboxing videos and other movie reviews and whatnot. So you can check that out on our YouTube channel. We also do a show called Sinister Snacks, which is a little, a tidbit of a show where we review different weird snacks and things that we're like, I don't know what this is, but maybe we should try it. That way you don't have to.
Sometimes.
Sometimes we like the snacks. But that is not why we're here. We're here because we want to talk about a movie that we watched. But before I get to that, by the time you're watching this is going to be way past this date. But I wanted to give a big shout out to Mr. Newly Dead because we are recording this on his birthday. So help me wishing a happy birthday to Mr. Newly Dead. So comment on our video if you can, or just go on Facebook, even though if it's weeks later, and wish him a happy birthday. Give him a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a share, anything you can do to celebrate Mr. Newly Dead's birthday, because today, that is the day, and I love him, and I want him to be celebrated. So happy birthday, Mr. Newly Dead.
Thanks.
Yeah. So anyways, we're going to get on to the show. This is a half-hour chat show where we talk about a movie, and we watched a movie this week, but we've got some criteria for that movie. So before we get into that, there's a little bit of criteria. So the first thing is it needs to be under $5. It needs to be a horror, thriller, or sci-fi genre movie, and it needs to be a movie that him and I have never watched before. This week, we're watching a movie off the Horror Cinema series. It's over 14 hours of movies on this and 12 different movies that are featured. We got this. Where'd we get this one?
Toad Hall.
All right. So Toad Hall is located here in Rockford, Illinois. It is a local, mainly record shop, but they also have books and other sorts of media, including some DVDs and Blu-rays that you can find, and usually at a discounted rate. So we highly recommend checking out all of the stores here in our location. But if you're not located in this area, check out your local thrift stores or like your local record stores too, because we always want to make sure we're promoting all of those local businesses because that's how we thrive. But this week we watched Sisters of Death. It is an older film. He's going to get into that information here in the second half, but I am going to read the synopsis. We're going to watch the trailer and then we're going to discuss it. So Sisters of Death. This is a very short synopsis because this is a big horror cinema movie thing. So 5 members of a women's secret society are invited for a reunion of a creepy old, at a creepy old estate. The happy affair turns into a terrifying nightmare when the women realize that none of them arranged the meeting. Yeah. Short and sweet.
To the point.
To the point.
To the point.
Exactly. So that being said, let's watch a trailer. Let's make it like what were they driving around in? Was it a bus? Did they have a bus?
No, they had like a station wagon thing with white.
Yes. Let's do
towels over
like
the back.
a old school like station wagon if you can find one.
Okay,
Yeah, got it.
try.
I'm waving at it and it's honking at me.
Oh boy.
All right, I'm gonna pause the video. I'm gonna pause whatever you're watching, streaming service, and we will be right back.
Society, you are immediately bound by the vows of obedience and secrecy you have taken as pledges. Any breach of these vows carries its due punishment, of which you have been told.
You are reminded that acceptance of these vows is for life, and therefore not to be taken lightly.
Hello?
Oh my god.
Hello? Goodbye!
I didn't kill anyone.
Murdered my Elizabeth.
Sophie, what's the matter with you? It's him. Can't you see that? He's insane.
Yes, I might be. You killed my daughter. I wanted to die.
Welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed the trailer. I'm not sure if Mr. Newly Dead messed around with it or if there's even a trailer out there because it's an old movie, but I'm sure he probably found something to fill the time and fill the void. And I will find out with you guys because we usually watch the video the day or the recording. Why do I keep calling it a video?
I mean, it is a video, technically. I guess.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We usually watch it together on the night that it airs.
Although we're a little behind right now.
Nobody needs to know that.
They know now.
They know now.
Haha. But when we watch the films, I'll take notes digitally, and then we'll print them out. And it gives us a little guideline for the show, so we know kind of what happened, gives you some kind of context clues, talk about it, and then these will be uploaded at the end of the year into a flip book that Mrs. Newly Dead will generate. You can find that on our aforementioned website. And 2023 and 2024 are both available now, so you can go check those out. Also, this is Shaggy, one of our two dogs, who likes to make an appearance every now and then. And I know the people that watch this really enjoy seeing the dogs, and we're sorry they're not around as much, but they are here. They're just not always on camera,
we
so.
did a different setup, so it's like harder to see them sometimes.
Yeah.
But
oh,
he
hi.
wants love.
So
We've been gone all day, so he's very
needy, yeah. So we watched Sisters of Death from 1977, currently sitting at 4.3 out of 10 on the Internet Movie Database. This is directed by one Joe Mazuka, who is known for 5 episodes of The Big Valley, that famous Western show, a movie called A Man for Hanging, which that's a poor career choice if you ask me, and Trampa Mortal, Trampa Mortal. Trampa Mortal. I don't know what that means. Tramp? This is written by two folks, Peter Arnold and Elwyn Richards. This is their only credit. And I just realized I didn't show you it was on my sheet because I draw things when we take notes. So real quick, we'll take a quick break.
I drew some
and
stuff
I'll
too.
show you. I had 2 things. One was based on what you were talking about. Was a snake, and then
a hot dog.
who was dancing.
Me too. A dancing hot dog.
Dancing hot dog.
With big eyes.
Big eyes. Big eyes. Cool
I
eyes.
drew. Well, I'm trying. I like doing different things all the time. So I bought this stamp that has like little squares on it. So I thought I would do like a little montage of things. So like, yeah, in the beginning, this is the movie. And then I've got the date and the time that we started it. And then I started like drawing like things from the movie that were
yeah.
standing out. So that's their symbol.
In the background. Yep.
And then I drew when the girl was in the bed and she was like, when she was having that nightmare.
Yep.
And then that's a close up of her face. And she's like, oh no. And then I drew strange, weird, slow, boring. Oh, I drew a gun that says bang.
There was a gun.
And,
Several guns, actually.
I
We'll get to
also
that.
drew a sneaky snake.
You did. See, because you said you were drawing a snake, so I drew a snake too.
I did.
So this stars one Arthur Franz, who
Oh.
was in Battle Taxi, which is not about a taxi in New York. It's a wartime film. The Unholy Wife, which sounds like a poor life choice. Dream No Evil, which is different than Speak, Hear, or See. And King Monster, which sounds like something I want to watch. This also stars Claudia Jennings, who was a known entity at the time, and who was in a lot of stuff, actually. She was in Death Sport, Grindhouse film, I believe. The Man Who Fell to Earth with David Bowie. Truck Stop Women, which is not with David Bowie. And Fast Company, which is one that Quentin Tarantino has talked about. This also stars Paul Carr, who is another name that you might recognize if you are a fan of 70s films. He was in Cold Blood, the Truman Capote adaptation of his book. One of several, actually. Captain Newman, M.D., which I don't know why if his first name is Captain or if that's his rank. I'm not sure which.
Dr. Captain.
Dr. Captain, M.D. Posse from Hell, which sounds like a posse you don't want to mess with. And so much TV. Like, he was a big time noticeable TV guy.
Character actor.
Very.
Is that the guy that you kept saying? Like, do you know that guy?
Nope. We're
Oh,
getting to him next.
Okay.
And finally, I want to mention Joe E. Tata, which is the guy I kept teasing
Yes.
the whole movie, and you're like, who's that guy? Well, you may remember him from Street Kill.
No.
Nope. Terror Out of the Sky. Nope. He was in a movie called Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders 2. Nope, not that one either. But most notably, he was Nat on Beverly Hills 90210 for 238 episodes, including the reboot.
Oh, the guy that ran the Peach Pit?
The owner of the Peach Pit. Yep.
That's really funny.
That was Nat.
Funny, yeah. Okay.
Almost unrecognizable in the film.
Yeah.
I mean, there were certain points and certain shots where I looked at him like, hey, it's Nat. And then other times I was like, that does not look like Nat at all.
Yeah.
But this was 1977, and that was, what, 1991? 92, something, I don't know. It ran for several seasons. So anyway, at this point, Mrs. Newlydad turns to me and says,
what did you think?
let's get into this.
Yeah.
So, it opens up with a sisterhood, almost like a sorority, who is doing an initiation, which involves a very small, like, gun that you would see in a garter belt in an old Western film.
Yeah.
And there's these necklaces that are next to each one of the girls that are being, initiated. And before they can be initiated, they take the gun and put it against their head and fire it. Now, in theory, I believe the gun is not supposed to go off, or at least they're not supposed to know that it's not going to go off. It's just a test. But so the first girl, Claudia Jennings, gets to it fine. And then the second girl, it goes off. Everybody screams, freeze frame, roll credits. And right from the get-go, you're like, man, this is going to be like an exploitation grindhousey kind of thing. Like, they're frozen faces of them screaming, and the music's, it just felt very like there's going to be, as Joe Bob would say, blood, breasts, and beasts. There was none of those things. There was barely any violence. There was no really foul language, and there was no nudity whatsoever. It very much felt like a TV movie, but I looked up and down everywhere I could, and I could not find anywhere that it was a PG film. Or that it was a TV film. It was a PG film. But it was a PG film.
Yeah, I saw that at the end.
Which is an oddity. Now, PG back in the day meant different things. Jaws is PG. Poltergeist is PG. There's some other movies that are PG that have nudity and other stuff in them, but it was a different time. So I was kind of in the weeds from the get-go because of all that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, they do this whole opening scene, and then they're like, flash forward 7 years.
7 years later.
Yeah. So, not, what happened? Did anybody go to jail? Like, why did she get shot? There was no, like, trial. Like, nothing.
No context whatsoever, nope. Other than that they're showing them now, and then they're all getting these invites to go to this reunion of sorts with these sorority of sisters.
And they all got cash or something too.
Money, yeah.
Like a bunch of money.
They're all called the sisters, and they're like, they thought, each one of them thought one of the other ones did it. And eventually they realized that They don't know who invited them all.
Yeah.
It's a big secret.
Yeah.
I did feel like this movie needed an upgrade from a boutique Blu-ray label. Now, how known is this movie? I don't know. I wasn't familiar with it. But it was a very bad need of an upgrade.
Yeah.
There was a line in it that I wrote down because I thought it was funny. It said, "This would be a great place for an orgy." That's when they get to the big house that they go to. Because the two guys take the remaining sisters to this big mansion, and they're like, your benefactor or your host or whatever will meet you guys. But then instead of leaving, which is what they were supposed to do, they jump the fence and decide to stay, which the fence is electrified.
Because they're like, why not hang out with these chicks?
Yep.
They're
Because,
all pretty. Yeah.
70s. Once they get inside, the fence gets electrified and they're all trapped inside.
Yeah. So it's like a little compound that they're in.
Yeah. There's a whole thing with a guy that you don't really see his face initially, that he keeps making bullets. And you're like, why is he making bullets? And I wrote, it's just like Grandma used to do. Because he's making these big bullets and you don't figure out what the big bullets are for until the end. It was filmed in 1972, just a fun bit of trivia, but it wasn't released until 77.
Oh.
Why?
Yeah.
Not sure. The main bad guy, when they finally reveal him, apparently Buddy Ebsen from the original Tin Man and The Wizard of Oz, and Jed Clampett from the Beverly Hillbillies, had a baby with Tim Robbins, and this was their
As
love
soon as
child.
he said that, I was like, oh, yeah, that guy looks exactly like a combination of those two. It was really funny, actually. I was like, now I can't
Big
unsee
hair.
that.
Big hair,
Yeah.
face looked like it was weird.
Yeah.
There was a couple things that they didn't need. There was a tarantula that got squished, and we're pretty sure it was a real tarantula and not.
I think it was.
Yeah, we were discussing with my kid who was watching it with us, and they were pretty sure it wasn't, but they weren't raised in the 70s when animal death in movies and
They did that a
mistreatment.
lot. There was
Yeah.
another part with a snake, and I was like, I swear to God, if they kill that snake, I'm going to stop watching this. And like, they just got out of the room instead of killing the snake. So I was like,
Yeah. But you told my kid, you're like, they killed snakes in movies. And they're like, no, they didn't. And we're both like, Friday the 13th is a prime
Oh, yeah.
example of a death to a live snake,
oh, yeah.
which has not been cut out. But if you see Cannibal Holocaust, they cut it out in that. There's a version without that stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Monkeys and stuff.
There's all kinds of, there's a most notorious is the turtle sequence. But
Turtle. That's right.
there's a German Shepherd in the film who is a total jerk. Just a jerk of a German Shepherd. But it's not his fault. That's just
No.
how he was trained. There's
yeah.
what?
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I
please.
was just going to say.
About what?
I was just going to say, like, it's a pretty slow movie.
Yes.
There's a lot of like, so they're trapped in this like, compound or whatever.
It's not that
and,
big.
like, huh?
Not that big.
I mean, right.
Yeah.
And they can't figure out how to get over the fence, obviously, because it's electrified.
They
So
can't turn
it's
off
just
the power.
the entire movie, besides the beginning scenes, it's just this, they're trapped in this thing, and like, I don't know, the guy's like slowly trying to like scare them, like slowly trying to make them like turn on each other. Like everything's just really slow, and
He's got like a little separate room that's hidden, and
yeah, and he keeps disappearing and then reappearing and then disappearing, and like, I don't know, that place is like in disrepair. Like the walls look really like moldy, like stucco, like creepy.
black
and-
mold probably.
Yeah, there's a fireplace, and you can see that it's like singed on the like,
It looked like the fire got
wall.
out of the fireplace.
Yeah, for real.
And the two guys that are there decide to try and help the ladies, intermixed between long conversations and, attempts to figure out who's the one that invited them and all that. And they realize that the wall, there's a wall underneath the dirt. So if they dig down, they still can't dig under the fence. There's technically no way
They get out.
without turning off the power, but they can't figure out how to turn off the power. And eventually the guy reveals himself, and he's got a female partner who's helping him.
Yep.
And the two of them are like, haha, we got you. And he's does like a karate chop to somebody to knock him out. And then you realize that all the bullets were for a Gatling gun, because that's something that you have in a house when you want to murder people. It was a very weird choice for
Yeah.
a weapon.
Well, he ended up killing a bunch of them.
I mean, over time, yeah, he slowly got them down, whittled down the numbers to just a few. But like at the big finale scene, they're up in this like attic space where he's been hiding out, and he's got the ones that are left there, and he starts ratcheting up this Gatling gun and just shooting it one shot at a time, and it's just like he's not hitting anything. I mean, he does hit somebody eventually, but
Yeah,
it's a very
Man.
poor choice for a weapon.
dumb.
And then he pulls out when Nat gets knocked over or runs out of bullets or whatever. He pulls out a pistol, and there's a big, and then eventually it ends, and you're like, oh, okay, it's an ending. And then you're like, whoa, there's a twist. Do we give away the twist?
Yeah, I mean, well, yes. I don't think anyone's going to watch this.
We're not recommending it.
We're
I
not
don't think.
recommending it. Yeah. So the one girl that they're trying to like say it was her fault that in the beginning. So it turns out that that's his daughter.
Oh, right. I forgot that part. Good
And he's like a flute player with his daughter, and like starts playing flute music. Which
I forgot about the flute scene.
That's I drew a flautist
because he puts on a record of a flute heavy piece.
I think it's her.
And there's her pictures on the wall, and he gets a flute, and he's playing the flute
with it.
Too.
And then they show pictures of him and her like playing their flutes or whatever. And yeah.
Strange.
So the girl that is working with him, she's like, I've turned into a whore and a drunk or whatever. And so she's like, I don't want to be like this anymore. And, and I know it was your fault that you're the one that killed her or whatever. And she's like, I've been holding this secret in all these years. Yeah. The girl that shot, got shot in the beginning, she really wanted to die. And so like she put the live bullet in the gun. And so when we shot her or whatever, like, she basically, offed herself.
Died by suicide.
Yeah. But through someone else's hands.
Right.
And because she didn't want to play music with you any longer, she's like tired of living this music life with you kind of thing. Right. And then, so they're all like, oh, kind of. And then she ends up shooting both of them, doesn't she? Like, she ends up killing both of them.
Everybody dies except for one of the guys, Paul Carr's character, and Claudia Jennings' character, who's the one that supposedly
getting away
got her killed, essentially.
Yeah.
So they eventually kill everybody else is dead, and they make their way out of the compound. They finally get they turn off the power by using like a grenade or some sort of IED,
right,
and blow up the fence, which gets them out. And they're going to the car, and they're like, "Woo, we did it! Yada, yay!" High-fiving and all this stuff. And the girl turns on him and is like, "Dun dun dun!" And she shoots him dead. And
she says something. What did she say? She said something about like,
I never liked that tarantula. I don't know.
No, she ends up like admitting that it
was unintentional.
All of it,
yeah.
Like, so she was the person that murdered that girl in the beginning, and it wasn't by suicide.
And so she just like gets away, with all of it.
Yeah,
like she everybody's dead except for her, and she wins in the end.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
huzzah!
Whatever.
Yay!
Do you have final thoughts on it?
I do. So my final thoughts were, and you didn't fall asleep, by the way.
Yeah, we started it at 8:25. I got sleepy at 9:15. I got more sleepy at 9:45, but I never fell asleep.
We did have a short break when my mother called. But other than that,
yeah.
So my final thoughts were, what a finale, finally, and a twist. That was kind of meant to be sarcastic. But.
I said it kept my attention, but pretty boring and lame. Yeah. So out of 5, Sneaky Snakes.
Sneaky Snakes.
What'd you give it?
I ended up at a 0.5 out of 5, just because the cast was recognizable, and the fact that they used a Gatling gun I thought was dumb, but I'd never seen it before except in Westerns like The Wild Bunch, where they use it very effectively, incidentally.
I gave it a 1 out of 5 just because I didn't fall asleep.
Wow. Surprising.
Yeah.
All right.
That was fun. All right. So if they don't want to watch this movie, I can't blow this up either.
Got 9 more movies on there.
What should they watch?
9 or 11. I don't know. Anyway. So I felt like there was something that was closer in terms of the actual plot line, but I ended up with 1979's Tourist Trap, which is actually a Troma film, from way early on with, not Rory Calhoun. I forget the actor. It's an old Western actor who's the main character in it. But it's about a group of college kids who get stuck at this wax museum gas station thing, and the wax pieces are like coming to life, but they're not. I don't know. It's this weird kind of sort of supernatural, sort of slashery. Fun. We watched it. Did
I?
Yeah. It was something we watched early on in our relationship, but it's kind of considered a classic. It's kind of kitschy and weird, and the ending is quite bizarre, but they're kind of stuck in this spot and they're being hunted by somebody that you don't know who it is until the end, and the end is kind of strange, but it's a fun watch, so that's it.
Fun. I like that. What are we watching next week?
I wish I could think of that actor's name. It's not Rory Calhoun, but it's somewhere in there. Anyway, this is from 1955. We are watching.
Wow. This is on a disc set called Attack of the Killer Bees. 10 movie collection. So there's 10 different things on here.
It's the first one on there.
We're watching the first one?
Yep.
The Phantom from 10,000 Leagues?
Yep, from 1955.
Interesting.
I love a good old black and white monster movie.
I'm
so excited.
Old black and white monster movie. Oh, yeah. That definitely looks like a... Did you see the still from it?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm very familiar with the Phantom
His
from
eyeballs.
10,000 Leagues.
That's funny. Looks like a
He
monster.
should have made it into my
Oh, yeah.
collage. If he didn't already, I don't remember. I don't think he's actually in it yet. But he was on my list of ones to add.
Yeah, this whole thing looks interesting.
Oh, there's some good stuff on there.
Oh, yeah. Well, one of them we did.
There's at least one or
Did
two on
we
there we've actually
see the
seen.
Killer Shrews?
No, we watched the weird movies with Mark.
That's
Video
what I
about
thought.
it. Yeah.
Teenagers from outer space. That's funny.
Aren't they all?
Okay, I'm going to read
Okay.
the synopsis.
I'm going to watch you read it.
It's short. The U.S. government sends a scientist to investigate some mysterious deaths along a stretch of beach on the Pacific and the radioactivity found near the site where the victims were found.
That's all you get.
Short and sweet.
Short
I
and
definitely love the cover of this, though.
Yeah, some of those, like there's the giant leeches is on there, and then that's the beast from 10,000 Fathoms, right? Isn't that it? No? Wasp Woman
Yep.
and
Night
Killer
Fright,
Shrews.
Invasion
Yeah.
of the Bee Girls, The Brain That Wouldn't Die.
Oh,
Attack
Invasion of the Bee
Giant
Girls. That's a good
Leeches.
one.
Leashes.
Maybe I have it. I don't know. Anyway.
Night Fright. Yeah.
I
What
know
did you say
these.
this was?
I thought that was the beast from 10,000 Fathoms.
Oh, the Phantom from
Or
10,000
Phantom.
Leagues.
Sorry. I don't know. I'm getting them all
maybe.
mixed up.
Yeah, maybe.
I thought that was the creature from that, but
I don't know. Well, I mean, it looks like.
oh no, that's not it. I got
Yeah.
the wrong one.
Is that it?
No, that's the giant leeches.
Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Some of these I know them just because of the drawings I've done. I like to draw the movie monsters, but
that's
I haven't
fun.
seen them. So anyway,
Interesting. I know. I feel like that went really fast.
it did.
We
No, I was saying we should wrap it up. We're getting running out of time, baby.
I know. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. Again, please email us if you want to at contact@thenewlydeads.com and tell Joel happy birthday. Say happy belated birthday, Mr. Newly Dead.
Okay,
Happy birthday.
thanks.
Yes. All right. And until next week.
Let's keep it cheap and creepy.
Doesn't mean you go chasing the dead.
It may be your robot, but it's my house.
I want to get a close look at these sharks.
Sounds dangerous.
Well, I'll be careful.
Looks like it's going to be a great Valentine's Day.
I like how they finish the walls by smearing them with tubs of old frosting.
Yep, greyhounds are always packed with pretty blondes and mini dresses. That's why people hate riding greyhounds so much.
This is it, ladies.
Prepare to be fitted with sunglasses, turtlenecks, and sideburns. You're one of us now.
Wow. Oh, wow.
This place makes a Comfort Inn look like a Best Western.
Is that good or bad?
I'm not sure. Just keep gawking.
Okay.
But I don't trust light bulbs.
Home Depot is a house of lies.
That's nice.
This movie is not allowed within 500 feet of a school.
What is going on?
Hey, hold it. Maybe this will explain it.
This is a drawing of all us girls topless hosing you down with chocolate sauce.
That was the 5th nightmare in a row where I was being eaten by a giant scallop.
Air mattress deflating? A rattlesnake?
Yeah, our sound effects CD doesn't have rattlesnake on it, so I'm just gonna blow raspberries into a paper bag off camera.
Go on, ask her if she trusts light bulbs.
Yeah, she would have had the same reaction if she'd run a black light over that bedspread.
He's so cute, he almost makes me forget the grisly murder of my friend.
This is how I slept the night I stayed in a B&B where the owner referred to her cats as her grandchildren.
Yeah, the perfect opportunity to sneak into her room and drink the $7 Fiji water from her minibar.
Diane, Francie, Penny.
Your names will be obsolete in 30 years.
Where the red fern grows. Sure, I could use a laugh.
Come on, you like obscene stereotypes, don't you, babe?
And it's the race of the 1975 J.C. Penney catalog models.
It's time for
This is how I picture the final episode of The View.